Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the brand new DC Collectibles, DC Comics Bombshells, Powergirl, and Superman. This numbered limited edition statue comes to us from the folks over at DC Collectibles and is their continued look at the DC Comics Bombshell line. In this case, we've got not just one character represented here in the statue treatment, but we have both Powergirl and Superman standing or sitting in this case on top of her shoulders. Here's your side of the box. The statue measures approximately 14 inches high. It's based on artwork created by Aunt Lucia and sculpted by Jack Matthews. On the back of the box, some rather noteworthy characters added also to the Bombshell line. We've got Killer Frost on the top left corner, and the bottom right corner we have Raven. Spot's going to take himself a break and get this completely out of box, but when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the DC Collectibles, DC Comics Bombshells, Powergirl, and Superman. There's more anyway, don't go anywhere. Now that we have the statue out of the packaging, let's have a look at the components that make up the box. For starters, you've got the same floor-graded display stand that we've seen with previous released Bombshell statues. On the front, you've got a magnet, which also corresponds with the magnet that's on the back of the front placard, and that simply magnetizes in place. And I mentioned this on numerous occasions, that the magnet that they use for these stands are extremely powerful, which is a nice, I do appreciate that. The front of the placard, you've got Powergirl and Superman sharing the spotlight, sharing the placard there. And then on the underside, you've got the number out of the 5,200 releases. Some felt feet on the underside of the display stand, so of course when you put it on any surface, it's not going to scratch anything in the process. That then brings us to the statue itself, and this is a stunning looking statue depicting both Powergirl and Superman as if they were from the Bombshell era. The statue seems pretty well proportioned in the sense that Superman is, yes, on Powergirl's shoulders, but because he is crouched, he would be, I would imagine he would be a taller character as a result of it. Let's go ahead and get it on the display stand. Then we'll kind of look at the statue itself. There's a couple of peg holes on the undersides of Powergirl's boots that then should line up to the holes, as you can hopefully see right there, the holes in the display stand. Simply just line those up, just like that. Sometimes you do have to kind of slightly spread the feet, I've noticed, to get them to line up. And there you've got the completed statue. This particular statue I really enjoy. Now, we've already had a look at the Bombshells Cheetah. We've also had a look at the Bombshells Catwoman, but I might find that this to be my particular favorite from the ones that we've looked at so far. Of course, I gravitate a little bit more towards Powergirl and Superman. Obviously, I'm a big Superman fan, and I like that this tells a story. I can almost just imagine, like looking at the statue, that this is a performing duo, perhaps at a carnival or circus, where it is a feat of strength. You've got the very strong Powergirl, and I could almost imagine Superman being equally strong, but also more acrobatic as well. The facial expressions also on these pieces is quite good. I love how she's got a big smile on her face. It's also to note as well that the eye area, let's bring the camera in, both the eyes as well as the lips on Powergirl have been given a wet wash, just to kind of give it a little bit more personality, give it some more life and expression in the face. I like also that her hair has been tied back, and she's also got like just a little bandana here, got a little bit of, there we go, just a little bit of that styrofoam in the ear there. But I like the sculpt of the hair. It's classic, it's iconic. It, like back in the days, you could just imagine that characters would be dressed like this if they were technically superheroes. It's not to say that these two are superheroes per se, but they are fitting in the outfits that they're wearing. Superman's outfit is still classic Superman, complete with the crest on his chest there, but he's wearing more like, again, an acrobatic outfit, complete with the sash that's wrapped around his waist. You can see that carries around to the back area there. I think what speaks to me about this particular statue is as well the role reversal that it plays out. The fact that you've got this stronger female hoisting up Superman onto her shoulders, I think it really it shows well, and it almost has when you look at it, you can think to yourself, yeah, you know what, that's pretty awesome, because after all, it's Powergirl. She's strong as equally strong as Superman. I just like that the reversal of what would be portrayed, presumably in a piece like this, if it was that far back in time. Didn't really even talk too much about Superman's face. There's Superman's mug right there. He looks like he's almost got a little bit of shading right around the facial area here, where it looks like he would be starting to develop a bit of facial stubble. Loved the curled mustache. That really sells it for me. That again, I can imagine these as a carnival act. It still looks like Superman, but it has very much its own spin. Still has that slight Superman curl to the hair as well. Everything kind of seems a little thrown off. I think if they had left the mustache off, it would read more Superman, but I think it would defeat the purpose entirely by incorporating a mustache. To me, it just seems more carnival to me. An additional nod that I like as well with the statue is not only is Powergirl presumably just hoisting Superman up onto her shoulders and carrying him around, but I also like the fact that his arms are extended, almost as if he's simulating that he's flying. And again, a nice little nod to him being Superman. The colors on the statue is spectacular. Love the dark coloring of the Superman dark blue that they've used, but they've also incorporated a lighter blue on the panel lining of the side of his singlet or his leotard that also carries down to his boots. His boots also read Superman, but also read very older costume design, as you've got the stitching down the sides. Powergirl equally so has that same similar style, but a more laced up boot that she currently is sporting. She got some fingerless gloves. Everybody loves fingerless gloves. Yeah, indeed, this is probably one of my personal favorites of the Bombshell statues. It is currently available. It should be available now in comic book stores. If you're kind of on the fence when it comes to the Bombshell line, some of them have been a little bit better than others. You're a little on the fence. If you're going to pick up one, I really would say pick up this one, especially if you're a fan of Powergirl, you're a fan of Superman. I love the sculpt of the statue. I love the colors of this statue. To some extent, I like the role reversal of having, as opposed to the strongman with the girl up on his shoulders in the carnival acts, you've got the role reversal where you've got the female hoisting up Superman onto her shoulders. I love that little play and that little bit of fun that they've incorporated into this statue. Yes, indeed, this is probably one of my favorites of the Bombshells statues. It's currently, again, available in comic book stores. And if it's not in your comic book store, your local comic book store, ask the person that's working there. They could probably order this in for you. Today's collectible spot, though, we were having a look at the DC Collectibles. This was the DC Comics Bombshells, Powergirl, and Superman. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.